it felt like I was in like we were in a movie where the quarterback's doing these, and it's like you get to the point where you go, okay, this is getting a little unrealistic. That's what it felt like to me.
Yo, what's up? It's Chris Sims. It's Chris Sims Unbuttoned. Connor Rogers is here. That's right. It's Tuesday. It's live. It's YouTube. We're here. We're ready to break it all down. Everything going on in the NFL. My man Jim Harbaugh right there with the biggest glasses in the history known to mankind. My buddy, say hi to your dad, okay? Yeah, that's my buddy. I don't know if everybody knows that story. That's probably an inside joke, but what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just glad you're still sitting here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of old quarterbacks are making their comeback right now.
Yeah,
I was a little
right.
nervous when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, don't be nervous,
I didn't
man.
want to read a Schefter tweet that said Chris Sims is traveling to Indy. He's working out. So welcome back, Phillip Rivers.
That's
crazy. I think you're going to stay right here.
Right? I definitely am. I'm not capable of playing anymore. I'm capable of throwing.
Right, that's not the problem.
No, it's not. But the first time I feel like I'd get hit in the hip or like the lower back, I'd be like, oh, hold on a second. Can we call a timeout and I can regain my composure here?
You only get 3
or
of those.
I'm done for the year. I think my L4 is out of place, right?
Man.
I'm done. So yeah, I'm amazed by it. Like when I heard that yesterday,
you probably thought it was a joke.
I at first, but I saw it on Pro Football Talk, so I know Mike doesn't write jokes, right? I didn't see it on social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Because usually with these kind of scenarios, you hear through the grapevine,
right?
Hey, so-and-so's staying in shape. He hasn't give up. He's thinking about it. It's still on the back of his mind, right? I haven't heard that one inkling from anybody in the NFL that, hey, did you know Phillip Rivers is kind of still staying in shape and ready to go? Like, so that is where I was shocked. Now, I can understand the Colts doing it. I can. They're desperate. And desperate times call for desperate measures, right?
And there's a history there between them and him.
Right.
Maybe that helped a little bit.
Exactly right. I think so. I think he's going to know the system, so you hit the ground running there. I think that's why you do that. Of course, Riley Leonard being a rookie, the knee injury.
Yep.
And we know he's raw anyways. We watched him at Notre Dame. I mean,
more of an athlete than a quarterback at the moment.
They're grooming him to be more of a quarterback and a thrower. So within that, I think they looked at it and went, first off, we don't know the status of Riley Leonard, right? Because I think he's week to week, as they said now.
It's a PCL sprain.
So he wouldn't be probably be able to play this week anyways.
Yeah.
And I think if they want to stay in the playoff picture or in the hunt, I think they realize even with a healthy Riley Leonard, it's going to be hard to do that. So Phillip Rivers gives them a fighting chance here, okay, to run an offense and do all that. But, man, I got to see it to believe it. Let me just say that.
I think we all do. Now it's must-watch TV.
It really is. I cannot believe it. First off, as we know, Phillip Rivers, toughest mofo ever, all right? He's tough as hell. I don't doubt that he's in shape and, he's got his own football team in his family anyway, so maybe he's been running plays in the backyard.
Full 7-on-7.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know this. I mean, we used to talk about this at the end of his career anyways. I mean, his arm was less than way below average of what you would expect from a top-tier quarterback towards the end, right? You felt like he was limited.
It's got to go at some point.
Can he throw 20-yard out routes? Can he throw 40-yard, 50-yard posts over the top? And all those were questions 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So that's where I'm just like, wow, what is it going to look like? And does he have the pop in his body and his legs and his arms and feel, right? That's the big thing. Feel for the game. Even for somebody that played as long as he did, this is a incredibly big ask for him right here.
Woke up on his 44th birthday and said, you know what? I'm going to go back to the NFL.
I can't even believe it. It's a crazy set of circumstances for the Colts. I do really feel bad for them. Because, of course, they got over the hump this year to become a playoff caliber football team. And here they are in the toughest part of their year. They've lost their quarterback. They're not playing their best football. The Anthony Richardson thing that happened, a month ago is crazy on top of that.
Freak injury.
And now you're here in this situation where you go, man, more than likely, I mean, I don't see any way you make the playoffs with the way you're playing and now this quarterback situation. So I do feel for that regime out there.
Well, let me ask you this then. And it's easy to cherry pick these things. And Chris Ballard, he's done a hell of a job there over the years. I know Colts fans have tough opinions on him, but I respect Chris Ballard as an evaluator.
Right.
So Anthony Richardson, a while ago now, he went on IR.
Yep.
Daniel Jones, we see the practice footage like he's on one leg for a long time.
Right.
Were you surprised that they didn't have a little more insurance?
Yeah.
Like, this is the season, man.
Definitely.
You traded 2 ones for Sauce Gardner.
Exactly
this is the season.
Right. No, I'm very surprised by it, really. I mean, I really am. for as buttoned up as Chris Ballard is, and we know how important the quarterback position is with Shane Steichen, and they do a lot in their offense and make the quarterback make a lot of checks at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I'm a little shocked there wasn't more of an insurance policy here rather than Riley Leonard to help this football team out. So yeah, they're screwed, they're stuck, and
they're screwed,
and they as we know, like, they're still a few pieces away, I think, from being a major player in the AFC. They're a playoff team, but as we've just kind of discussed, it feels like they need another big-time front seven player, right? That's something that is needed on their team a little bit, and maybe even another offensive explosive wide receiver to go with it. But it just feels like they're a player or two short from being in the upper echelons.
A couple things from Phillip Rivers here. He's currently a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame. So keep in mind,
so it resets.
He has to be on the active roster. If he makes an appearance on the active roster, the 5-year Hall of Fame clock resets.
Wow.
Which appears like this is going to happen.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's going to happen.
Which I think it would benefit him.
It might benefit him?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just go a little longer. Like, Phillip Rivers is, as we know, I mean, it's I think, on the fence, and probably on the fence not going into the Hall of Fame.
I'd say
overall,
more likely that he doesn't get in.
Right, I would say so.
What I love about the NFL Hall of Fame, it's a tough Hall of Fame.
It's a tough Hall of Fame.
Maybe sometimes
last few years they've been a little relaxed the last few years.
It's not like the Basketball Hall of Fame that everyone's in.
It's a tough Hall of Fame. We know there's a lot of damn good quarterbacks, and what's always going to hurt Phillip Rivers in the whole conversation of Hall of Fame is, yes, a lot of good stats, but is there any memorable playoff moment really throughout his whole career, right? That's the big thing, and I think that'll come back to hurt him when it's all said and done.
So his last game was the Colts' January 2021 playoff loss to the Bills.
I remember it.
I mean, that's a long
time ago.
Long time ago.
Had the Bills on the ropes in Buffalo. The better team on the field that day was the Indianapolis Colts. I'll never forget it. And I might forget exactly the circumstances here, but Josh Allen had like a 3rd and 15 from his own 2-yard line or something like that, right? They were backed up. Then you're going, oh, man, they're in trouble. They're going to punt the ball. The Colts offense was rolling, and he made some incredible play where he scrambled to the right and threw the ball down the right sideline, and the game kind of flipped right there where you're going, man, the Bills are in trouble. They're gonna get beat here. And he made that play. It flipped the script totally, and I'll never forget it. And, of course, that led to the Bills going to the AFC Championship, or next week would have been the game against the Chiefs, the 14-second game,
right.
I believe, right?
That's right.
I think that's what it was. So that gave us that gift right there.
How many current head coaches, do you think he's older than now?
Gosh, let me pull up the teams here. All right, current coaches that he's older than. Wow.
I'll give you a bingo space. He's older than his own head coach.
He is that. God, I'm gonna say right now. I mean, we got some 10. 12? Yeah. I mean, you know, there's a lot of young coaches in football right now.
And he's
pretty
pretty old.
Exactly right.
Like in terms of NFL coaches.
Man, amazing. I can't imagine playing football right now. It's a testament to the freak of nature he is, that he can go out there and feel good doing that.
It's one thing to go play football. It's another thing when you see the Seahawks and the Texans on the schedule.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we discussed a little yesterday. Their schedule, it's murderer's row here down the stretch. I mean, even with the healthy Danny Dimes, we were going, I don't know if they're going to make it here with the way they're playing right now. So, yes, now to have to deal with this and some of the defenses he's going to deal with, we're going to see how in shape and how his body can recover here in a hurry.
D. Sauter makes a great point here, Sims. He says, got to add Phillip Rivers to the list of active players that were in the league last with Sims.
There you go.
We got another one.
There you go. Good old
16.
Good old. That's amazing. Yep. Add to it. Good old chippy Phillip Rivers. I love Phillip Rivers when I did play, right? I'm not going to say I sat here and was in awe of his ability all the time. He could play the position. He had great feel. He had great feel in the pocket, right? One of those things where the instincts where you go, oh, wait, he's not in rhythm, but he knows this coverage and knows this guy's going to come open if he just pats the ball a half a second longer, right? That's what you mean by feel and instincts and rhythm. Incredible that way, right? Incredible anticipation with guys coming out of routes and doing all that stuff too. That's where and then my favorite part about him was talking shit to defensive players.
And the way he did it,
and the way he was, I mean, when I was on the Broncos in 2009, I mean, he the Broncos players hated Phillip Rivers. Hated him. Like, legit hate.
Like, just found a way to truly get under their skin?
Oh, yeah. He'd gotten, offensive guys hated him. They hated him so much, right? Just the way he acted. And, of course, he had their number a little bit even before I got there. And we had Stokely, who was on the Colts all those years with Peyton Manning, and they had some duels with Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. So he was still bitter about some of those, right? I'm telling you, you want to talk about a quarterback that I saw get underneath the skin of a team in a hurry, it was Phillip Rivers.
It's just the manner it's unbelievable he did it without cursing. I can't fathom that.
You're right.
It's like Mendoza saying we're the flipping champs during his post game the other day.
You're right. Yeah, that is a tough thing to do, to still make the point without cursing on the NFL field.
I'm mind blown by it. All right, want to get into Monday Night Football?
Hey, let's get into it.
This was a fascinating game.
Wow.
The Chargers obviously win in overtime 22-19, but so much more to the story than that. Yeah. Jalen Hurts. This was a meltdown game. There's really just no other way around it if you watched it. Not that Justin Herbert was great in this game. No. Far from it.
Yeah.
This game was ugly at times, but the story is the Eagles quarterback. Check this one out just to kind of kick it off, Chris. When he held the ball more than 2.5 seconds, which is a really good measure of the true drop back kind of game, he was 5 for 20 for 99 yards and had 4 picks.
Yeah. It wasn't a good night. There's no doubt. Again, we've been seeing this trajectory. We've been trying to tell people for the last month, right?
Chris Fuchs, you were on this a long time ago.
We've been trying to say
a long time ago.
The pocket's good. There's time. There's people open. As I texted you before the show this morning in the group, right? I just said, hey, we got some screenshots of interceptions and things we're going to show, but there's a number of plays where you go, wait, there's more to be had here. This guy's open. Devontae Smith's on a post route. This is why they called the play. Why aren't we throwing it? A.J. Brown's on a deep cross here. He's open. You got great protection. Why are we looking at the pass rush and then running out of the pocket, right? So that's what leads to those over 2.5 seconds. It's just not enough of seeing it, believing it, and putting the ball on the money into some tight windows. Now, there's a few throws there that were like that last night. So there was a few moments in the game where I went, man, that's it, Jalen Hurts.
Right.
Like, you took a 5-step drop. I think he knew at times last night, like, man, we're not going to get anywhere against this Chargers defense unless I throw some balls on rhythm, right? So I do think he did make some plays when I went and watched back the film and went, man, that's better than what I usually see from Jalen Hurts. But as we know, there was still a lot left on the field, and I think it all started really, one, with he just didn't throw the ball all that well last night, right? You heard Troy Aikman kind of talked about it early in the game. He's gone, man, Jalen Hurts is a little off right now. The ball's sailing. He's not on target. The accuracy, all of that. And Jalen Hurts can go through that because Jalen Hurts doesn't have great mechanics. So that's the first thing. You've heard me say before, he lets his arm act as an independent contractor, right? He doesn't really always get his full body and turn the upper body against the lower body and create that torque that you see a lot of quarterbacks do. He kind of just at times just sits and lets the arm do it all himself. It's hard to do that and be on the money, right? Throw after throw after throw without a mechanic to back it up. You're just going off feel and talent that way, which you might have a hot day every now and then, right? Like you go in the driveway and you go, oh, I'm hot today.
Right.
But then you go in 3 days later and you go, what the hell? I can't get one and down because you're not a basketball player. You don't have the technique to rely on.
It's a shooter.
It's just a feel thing.
Right.
And so I think it started there. And then, of course, we had a lot of mistakes that went from there that were pretty atrocious for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I want to read you one of the most interesting splits I found in this game. So when the Chargers, he had 20 dropbacks against single high safety, just one deep safety.
Right.
He was 11 of 17, 146 yards, almost 9 yards per attempt. He did throw a pick, but good numbers, was pushing the ball.
Right.
On 15 dropbacks, they played 2 deep safeties.
Yeah.
He was 6 of 15,
50
yards. That's 3.3 yards per attempt, 2 picks.
Yeah, that's where life gets a little dicey with them. That's where you through time, because they've usually been able to run the ball, they usually get single safety all the time.
Right.
He gets looks that other quarterbacks will go, oh, my gosh, could I get that look with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith? I mean, I'll throw for 500 yards a game if I could get some of those looks. Right, so that's where I try to tell people, too. He gets looks on the regular that I go, other great quarterbacks would lick their chops to go, oh, my gosh, I'm getting this coverage with my guys like this, right? Now, sure, he had a few drops, too. I get that. A.J. Brown, the first play of the game, you can maybe call it a drop. The guy grabbed his right arm as he was catching the ball. Jalen Hurts throws a really good deep ball. There's no doubt about it. But when it comes to playing the concept, as we discussed a few weeks ago, play the concept, got to read the coverage, got to anticipate, got to feel it, might have to put the ball into a window there. I feel like Jalen Hurts is reluctant at times to do that, right? We've talked about it. He wants to play one-on-one ball more than anything. I make fun of it. Oh, it's a go route. Oh, it's a throw it up. Oh, it's a slant, right? Oh, it's one-on-one and we throw a curl route, right? That's kind of how they operate. So this is a game, and again, they ran the ball pretty good last night. They did.
Finally,
but the Chargers were not going to give them a ton of opportunities, and this is what's happening too to Philly. Because they're so simple in the pass game and the run game, teams are going, wait, we feel like we can still figure out ways to play run defense but still be good against the pass, or play pass defense and still kind of figure out how to stop the run too without unnumbering, right? That's what the simplicity does to them. And then I have people off of that. This is what I get all the time. Well, why aren't they more creative, right? And I think when people think creative, they think, well, we just want people to get wide open so he can throw it. No. Creativity comes with intricate offensive play and the coach motioning and giving you a checks at the line of scrimmage. And they don't feel comfortable with that with Jalen Hurts. When they call three-man routes and they go, wait, we just want you to throw this guy to this guy and he's open, like we showed some of the plays against Dallas a few weeks ago, and he doesn't throw it, and they go, wait, we literally just said do all this and just throw to this guy, and it doesn't happen, that doesn't give them the confidence to go, hey, let's reinvent the wheel and make a new play and have him read more stuff. It goes the opposite way. It goes, he doesn't even do 2 + 2 good, so why would we give him, 49 divided by 7, right? Why would you do that? So that's how coaches operate. They don't go, oh, wait, he's messing up the simple stuff, so let's get more complex. No, they actually dial it back, and that's part of the overall problem that we're talking about, and that it's just finally the roosters have come home to roost. What is it? The chickens have come home to roost, right?
Yep.
Right. I guess chickens roost. I got them, and I don't hear them roost. I hear my rooster roost. But either way, all right. So now we're at a point here where, it's the defense, which was phenomenal. We're going to get to in a minute, right? In other weeks, didn't save them. And here was a game where, they needed the pass game because of the turnovers to kind of win the game and go down this field and score that way. And it put some pressure on him, and he couldn't deliver in those moments to make some big throws like we know he can at times, but it's too inconsistent and all over the place, and that leads to a below-average passing game in Philadelphia.
As I said off the top, it was really tough sledding for him for anything over 2.5 seconds, which is dropbacks were split. He had 50% dropbacks under 2.5 seconds where he threw and over 2.5 seconds where he threw.
And some of those 2.5 seconds, guys are covered, so I get that.
Yep, and he can run.
And he can run. But then there's other ones where you go, wait, it's 2.5 seconds. Guys are coming open.
Why is he holding the ball then?
And he holds, and I don't know why. I don't know. I can't give you a reason.
He's played with these guys for a long time. It's not.
So people think he's patient in the pocket because he sits there. But a lot of the time he sits there and he's watching the rush. And you go, he can't be looking downfield because there's guys wide open. So if he was looking, he would throw it. And his pocket feel at times, he's too quick to abandon ship, right? To where there's plays where I watched last night and go, okay, the right defensive end kind of flashed for a second, but the tackle pancaked him on the ground. And he kind of felt that, and then he just runs. And it's like, no. Just stay there. Like Lamar, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, they would have slid a little bit, and they'd be like, oh, my gosh, here comes A.J. Brown, and I'm good. Boom, throw it. But instead, he starts to run, and then he throws it away, or he runs and gets 5 or 6, or he throws a ball to a receiver on the sideline for another 5 and 6, and everybody goes, oh, nice play by Jalen Hurts. And I'm sitting there as a quarterback going, no, that's not a good play. There was somebody open for 30 yards and then yards after catch, and we didn't throw the ball. And that's where, there's problems in their offense right now.
Yeah, the equivalent to me is when people go, oh, this linebacker had 12 tackles. He had a good game. And then you look at the average depth of tackle, and it was 8 yards down the field. That's Jalen Hurts right now.
That's a great way to put it.
Where it's like, no, the tape is telling a totally different story than whatever you see in the box score week in and week out. And in this week, the rooster came home to roost.
The rooster came home to roost. Exactly right. Yes. And on top of it, here's another thing about the game. I don't think I've ever seen one team's offense get their ass whooped the way the Chargers got whooped.
It was unreal.
And still win the football game.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's what's unbelievable. I mean, there's pressure and then there's pressure. Justin Herbert could not drop. Thank God Jalen Carter was hurt.
Oh, it would have been a bloodbath.
It would have been a bloodbath.
Yeah.
He would have never had a chance. I mean, it was comical, some of the plays. It was like he got the ball, and it was like Daniel Jones, his first year with the Giants. He's like, he took one step on his drop, and he was like, I got to move and run. I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to do this. I mean, look at their drives. Other than the first drive of the game, which was kind of a false prophecy because he hit the Vidal check down.
It's a broken play.
Right, where Nakobe Dean, I think, saw Herbert and thought he was about to scramble, so he left Vidal for a second, and then he hit the check down. He turned up the sidelines for, what was that, a 60-yard gain?
Yeah.
I mean, break down the game other than that. It's 7 plays, 30 yards to kick a field goal. We're going 4 yards a play. It's 16 plays, 51 yards to kick a field goal. We're going 3 yards in a cloud of dust every play. Then it's, hold on, I got more for you. Then it's, okay, then we go 7 plays, 22 yards to kick a field goal. We're going 3 yards per play. And in those 3 yards per play, it's like, jam it in there tight.
Right.
Or I'm in trouble and let me run for 4 and scramble Justin Herbert as the leading rusher.
With a broken hand.
Right. 11 plays for 43 yards, right? 6 plays for 34 yards. I mean, they were totally unbelievably dominated to an extent where you're like, it's incredible that they're still in this game and have a chance to win it. And, of course, that's where we know, and we've said this a lot, with Philly, they can be underwhelming, and if they just don't turn the ball over, they'll probably still win the game. They're that good, right? And here was a night where, of course, the turnovers happened and the rooster came home to roost and the Chargers pulled off a miracle win. I mean, a miracle win. Come on.
The numbers on it are just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So Kamani Vidal in that broken play had 60 yards on that one catch.
Yeah, right.
No other player on the Chargers had more than 22 receiving yards in the game.
I mean, yeah.
Like, it was like, where's Ladd McConkey? Where's Keenan Allen? Quentin Johnson, I saw more than anyone else, and it was like 3 times.
Exactly right. I mean, we had Trey Harris, who I think had 1 catch, right, for the 18 yards. Other than that, I don't think they had another play over 15 yards the rest of the night.
Didn't feel like it. Gadsden was not involved.
Not at all. Exactly right.
Their line can't pass protect with all the injuries they've had. That they can't do anything else in the offense.
No, they can't, and especially with that group right there. And then I think the other thing you're seeing is just that, do they have enough speed at receiver, right? That's what kind of shows up, right?
They're all very similar besides McConkey.
Exactly.
Like, I like Trey Harris.
Yeah.
But Trey Harris is
big, long strider like Quentin Johnson, right? Yeah, he's kind of that way. Keenan Allen's not very fast anymore at this point of his career. McConkey's fast, but more jitterbug fast rather than I'm just going to blow by you and run for an 80-yard touchdown, right? So that's where they kind of are.
Kind of need that guy.
And it felt like, the secondary of the Eagles certainly weren't threatened by anybody. I mean, Quinyon Mitchell, they were like, forget it. Don't even throw over there. Until, late in the game, they finally threw a pass over there.
Yeah, you wouldn't know he was playing.
Cooper DeJean, I don't know. Is he an all-pro nickel player? I think he might be the all-pro nickel this year.
Incredible player.
He's incredible. I mean, he's all over Ladd McConkey.
Even the free play interception was an impressive play.
No doubt about it.
It's a free play, so you don't count it. But to catch that ball, I'm like,
his ball skills are
nuts.
as good as anybody in the sport. And then, of course, he's amazing against the run. But, yeah, that was as much of an ass whooping on one side of the ball I've ever seen, where the team that got their ass whooped still found a way to win the football game. It's a testament to their toughness and their mental fortitude and Justin Herbert and their defense and all that. But, yeah, it feels like the Eagles messed up more than it felt like the Chargers outplayed them. That's for sure.
I mean, Herbert's career high, sacked 7 times. The crazy thing is he's 3-0 in his career when he's sacked 6+ times.
That's amazing.
It's like he makes him angrier the more he gets hit.
Yeah, right. It's like the Hulk. You keep hitting him and he gets green. And he was mad after the game. I mean, he didn't even want to do the interview after the game. Right? It's about as rude as I've ever seen Justin Herbert act.
It was a little startling.
It was a little rude.
I know he's not the most he's not usually media rude. He's just media agnostic. He's not interested in that part
of it. He's shy. He's just not that
When he was coming out of Oregon, everybody would tell you that.
Right.
He's all talented in the world, but you're not going to get a lot.
Is he an alpha? Is he a guy that can take over the locker room?
That was a moment where I was like, he's...
That was the first time I've ever seen him be like that.
Rude.
And we're going to call it like it is. As much as we like Justin Herbert and and he's tough as hell, that that was rude. That really was.
Laura Rutledge handled it like a pro and was like, just a couple of questions. And,
right.
You do the interview where he doesn't have much to say, and you go on, and that's TV.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you're Justin Herbert. You're the quarterback of the team. And you're making, $56 million a year, and you just had a broken hand. Right.
Yeah.
It's Monday Night Football. You just beat the Super Bowl champs. I mean, of course they're going to come and talk to you. So, yeah, I did not think that was his best moment in life in the NFL for sure.
One more thing I want to get back to, because this is just insane.
Right.
The Jalen Hurts double turnover play.
Oh, my gosh. Right?
This is, this is a unicorn. So, first off, according to the Elias Sports Bureau, Hurts is the first player to commit 2 turnovers on the same play dating to 1978. That's the first year play-by-play data was actually tracked.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and this is one that's near and dear to my heart. I was dying laughing when we had this in our chat. Rich Cimini, who's covered the Jets forever at a very high level, said, here's another way to look at this. The Chargers had 2 takeaways on 1 play. The Jets have 1 defensive takeaway on 809 plays.
That's so good. Only a Jet fan can come up with that.
That's
right
a
there.
real Jet number.
Yeah, that is. It's amazing. It really is. And, that was the start right there, right? That was the start because you went, okay, wait, the Eagles got a field goal, and then they're going down the field, and you're going, hey, they look kind of good tonight. Like, they're moving the ball. They've run the ball well. They got underneath the center a good amount last night, again, where I like that aspect of their offense and how they look. Certainly that. But that first interception and then the fumble across it, that was our first time. I'm like, whoa, okay, all right. Ooh, the Chargers, they're ready. They got some stuff going here. And it was really one of the themes of the night because as we saw to your 2.5 seconds throwing, when the Chargers just rushed 4 by itself and they didn't trick it up at all, I mean, Jalen Hurts has all day long.
Yeah.
So they had to do, and they didn't want to over blitz because they knew the Chargers aren't a great man-to-man team, and they know you play man-to-man enough against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, you're going to lose. You can't do it all game long. So the Chargers took the way of, like we always talk about, blitz 2, drop 2.
Yep.
We're not going to beat these offensive linemen man-to-man, so let's see if we can confuse them and do that. Have people lined up at the line of scrimmage, drop out, and that's what happened on the first interception. They kind of had a blitz look, and of course Deshaun Hand drops out, and Jalen Hurts thinks, okay, I'm going to have an easy slant over the middle. But the Chargers are going, wait, when teams bring this blitz, this is what they go to a lot of the time. So we're going to have somebody drop there. And, of course, it was an incredible interception by the big man in Deshaun Hand.
All 4 of his interceptions came against a 4-man rush.
All came a 4-man rush.
All 4.
Yeah, right. Well, it speaks to the 4-man rush, the 2 deep safeties, all that. And that's when you need to be a really disciplined quarterback and play the pocket the right way, and then know, hey, there's going to be 7 people in coverage. And when somebody comes open, I got to be what my coach told me to be, in rhythm, throw it on time, because there's not going to be a lot of room. And there's no guarantee another guy's going to be open after that first guy is open with a team like the Los Angeles Chargers. And I think at times he's been spoiled in his past because they're so good, they still get away with it. And we're seeing right now, again, it's just they're off, he's off, and their whole offense is off as a unit.
I know the rumors leaking out already is that the Giants want a head coach with experience, but for me, I think Jesse Minter should be on the short list of guys they give a serious look at.
I
don't know who his OC would be,
right?
So that's always a caveat,
right?
But every time I watch the Chargers play, and schematically when you and I go through the games, I go, who's more qualified that hasn't done it yet than this guy?
I'm with you there. I mean, Jesse Minter is a Ben Johnson of defense, right? That kind of guy. That's what he is. I mean, you know me. I've said this for 2 years. I have a man crush on their pass defense because they are masters at dropping people in the right area, knowing how to double people, but still be in coverage the right way, passing people off like we talk about so much.
The communication's unbelievable.
The communication is next level. And, I'm with you. Him, Jeff Hafley of the Green Bay Packers, to name another defensive guy there. Him, Shula from the Rams, my man Burke, Matt Burke from down in Houston.
Yeah,
it's probably time he starts getting some combo or some love here on that side of the ball. So, yeah, it feels like it's more of a defensive coordinator head coach year than it does offensive coordinator head coach year.
Richard in the chat said, wasting Vic Fangio.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Kind of interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, it is a little bit. That was a pretty special performance there last night by that defense. They were all over it. They had no answers. The Chargers didn't know what to do, right? And Justin Herbert, I think, basically told you he didn't know what to do either. The game at the end of the game became, is my first guy open? If not, if I have a lane, let me go get 4 and just keep us in second 6. Yeah. Let me keep us in second and 7, right? That's all it was. So for him, again, about what was there to be had, he maximized. There was nothing there to be had. Even though the stats weren't good or anything, he played it the right way for, of course, the support he was getting on the offensive side there.
So the Eagles, for the rest of the season, the outlook now becomes, could this team really miss the playoffs? Per DraftKings, they're still minus 2,000 to make the playoffs and minus 1,200 to win the NFC East. So it's very unlikely.
Yeah, their schedule is so easy.
Because of the schedule.
Right. I mean, you look at it and you go, Buffalo is the only team on there that you feel like is even. But as we know, with the Eagles right now, and I'm not sure I'm willing to say they can just put any team away right now, right? I'm not. I mean, again, you make one mistake or the other team makes one play. Would I be shocked if we're sitting there watching them play the Raiders this week and we're like, it's 13-7 late in the third quarter, right? So, and everything's a little dicey with them. But as far as, yes, on the field talent, there's nobody on that list that matches up with them other than Buffalo, who still doesn't really match up with them. We just know that they got that guy, and they'll have a good coaching plan to go, wait, we can figure out how to stop your run and your boring-ass pass offense all in one. And that's where you give Buffalo, who will be outmanned, a fighting chance because of that right there.
And then you look at the Cowboys, obviously a big matchup with the Chargers in 2 weeks. That's the tough one for them. Other than that, in theory, you like them against Minnesota, the Commanders, and the Giants, but they're just in catch-up mode against the Eagles. It's going to be hard.
Right, it is. It's going to be hard. Exactly right. And with the way this lays out for the Eagles, they look like they're still sitting pretty. They still got everything they want right in front of them. And we'll see. I mean, again, last year we saw them turn around their pass game in the playoffs. So maybe they're capable. Not going to take much with the Eagles, as talented as they are. And if they can just get some semblance of a run game, right, they don't have to reinvent the wheel in the pass game a whole lot. And that's where, again, it doesn't look pretty right now, but I'm not giving up on them quite yet. I'm not ready to say that.
For the Chargers, rest of the season outlook, the question for them is, can they catch Denver? Per DraftKings, they're minus 340 to make the playoffs. That's not a surprise sitting at 9-4.
Yes, right.
But they are plus 475 to win the AFC West because the Broncos have 2 more wins than them. These two teams do play each other the final week of the season. So it would have to kind of take a real skid from Denver here, Chris. But that's a tough 3 in a row before they see the Chargers. Packers, Jacksonville, Chiefs.
They both got it tough.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do. And as we know, with the Chargers and the way their offensive line is right now, I mean, I don't know if anything's going to be real easy for them. I don't think Kansas City's just going to lay it down this week either, right? So there's some work to be done here still. I still favor the Broncos, of course, and the numbers say that, and I would do that. But would I be shocked if Denver lost to Green Bay and then lost to Jacksonville? And all of a sudden you're sitting here going, oh, I don't know, you only have a 1-game lead, or it might come down to Week 18 in the matchup? No, I would not be shocked by that at all. But as it looks right now, I would still bet that the Chargers lose one more game at least.
At least,
right?
Yeah.
And within that, that's going to make it kind of tough to catch up to the Denver Broncos.
So DraftKings' most likely outcome for both the Chargers and the Eagles is to lose in the wild card. Philly's plus 120. The Chargers are plus 125. I think that's fair, although I kind of agree with you that if the Eagles just got it rolling, nobody would be shocked. Because this is a talent league, and the Eagles constantly have as much talent, if not more, than everybody they play.
Agreed. That's where that's where they're scary. As it looks right now, I mean, yeah, right now they're going to play the 49ers, which is like, they're going to be really well coached. But the 49ers are not nearly as talented right now in this year like we have the 49ers teams of years past. So, yeah, they're going to be outmanned in that department. But, again, you get a creative coach like Shanahan who might know how to combat Fangio a little bit, and we know Salah's good as a defensive coordinator, and then it's a simple, boring offense with the Eagles, and you go, even the 49ers with no Joe Bosa and Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, and Fred Warner and a bunch of other guys, they still might be able to pull off the upset. It's going to be about this Eagles passing offense. That's what it's going to be about, and we're going to see where it goes, but it's certainly got to be better than what it is right now.
We're going to take a quick break. When we're back, we're going to the film room to see how the Packers used surgicality to beat the Bears.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code CORNERBACK when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
The Week 14 film review, Jordan Love getting surgical against the Bears D, Chris, in this one.
Our official word of the pod here. Surgicality.
From a guy that we've kind of been like, and not just him, but the offense as a whole.
Yeah, they need to do
the
this
surgicality?
better. Exactly right.
Because you're going to be lethal if you are. And in this game, passes under 2.5 seconds, 8-8, 93 yards, and a touchdown. What's interesting, Chris, he's really good with the quick passing game. But Green Bay, they're 21st in passing attempts.
So they just don't do it.
They just don't do it.
Right. And I think it's about to happen. I think they figured it out.
They noticed it now.
They've probably been listening to the pod. And
that's
like,
right.
Damn, Sims is right. But no, I think they did. And I think the other element is what we brought up yesterday. Jaden Reed gives them more confidence to run that type of stuff.
He's the quick game guy.
He's their quick game guy. He's their guy they trust to run routes. He's the guy that I feel like Jordan Love is more comfortable throwing the ball to than anybody on their football team, right? And that started off, right? The first play of the game is Jaden Reed running an option route. It's literally like, hey, let's get him going. We missed this part of our offense. We trust him. Boom. Let's hit it. Let's go. All right, so that's what's awesome. Having Jaden Reed back, too, and watching it, here's the other elements you forget that he brings to the table. One, the option routes, sure. Two, the best route runner in the middle of the field for their team. And then three, and I even forgot this, and shame on me, how awesome he is with speed sweeps and how they always add that into their game plan or fake it to him and do play-action passes off of it. So that's another element to where, yeah, you got to worry about that now. And as we've talked about, they smash mouth run the football and they throw it deep. But can you live realistically just doing that alone?
It's hard.
And it felt like this game, they were a little bit like, hey, the Bears are coached well. They're going to take some chances on stopping our run. They're going to take some chances and get back and not let us throw deep. We got to work this part of the field a little bit, these 5 to 8 yard throws. And, man, they worked it. Jordan Love was good. And within that, then now they become an offense where you go, they're making you defend every square inch of the field. And they're giving you a lot to think about when they do that. And that's what can make them really special. And it feels like, again, 2 years ago when they kind of got in this hot run on Thanksgiving against the Lions, it's feeling that way.
Listening to you, it's that Watson gives them the vertical threat.
Right.
Jacobs is kind of the hammer.
Exactly.
But now Reed stresses the horizontal.
Exactly. The horizontal, the 5 to 8 yard wait, you can go in or out, but you got to read the coverage the right way. Oh, boom, we got that, right?
Yeah.
The tight ends are coming along a little bit here.
Musgrave feels like there's some life there.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Wiles shows up a little bit. And then I think on top of that, too, you saw my notes. It feels like the Packers offensive line, when I watched it on film the last few weeks, is starting to really fire off the ball and move people. And it feels like Josh Jacobs was totally 100% himself. Because, man, I mean, he's running hard.
Yeah, he ran through
running
some
really
people.
hard.
Yep.
Here's another crazy thing that you picked up on film, right? When they want to go 3 wide receivers, it's Watson, it's Reed, and it's not first-round pick Matthew Golden.
No, it is not.
It's Bo Melton.
Right.
Right now, that's when they wanted to go to the 3-receiver set, they went, we're going with these 3 guys. Now, Golden gets in the game, but in a big play, in a big moment, it was those 3 guys throughout the day. And to me, it was a special performance by them on the offensive side of the ball. But the big thing is what we talked about. And I didn't expect it, really. I feel like when I was watching this game on TV, and of course we're getting ready for a show, and I'm watching other games, I don't think I realized, some of the 5 to 8 yard pinpoint throws that Love made during the game. But it was really cool to kind of watch that yesterday and go, they get this going, they're going to be almost impossible to stop.
Matthew Golden and Dontavian Wicks just had 5 offensive snaps each.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's kind of shocking with Wicks, especially after as well as he played on Thanksgiving and all that. But I'm not shocked by Matthew Golden. He's not there yet, and he hasn't showed that explosive element that translates to the 4.2 speed that we saw. Right.
But this offense had that explosive element against the blitz and even against no blitz. Let's start with the blitz, though, Chris, because the Christian Watson touchdown in the second quarter on a 3rd down was one of the plays in this game. Love against the blitz, 8 for 11, 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. This one was massive. Okay. Massive in that and also on that, right, really good quarterback play by Jordan Love and what he does. Jordan Love here on this play and what we're about to show, right, he audibles. He gets up to the line of scrimmage because he sees an all-out blitz type of look. He's smart. He's watched film all week. They're trying to disguise it and make it not look like that, right? And I'll show you. But he comes up to the line of scrimmage, checks protection, gives the guys a routes. And to me, when you play Green Bay and Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur, when they do that, like you got to have a check. You got to check out. Well, let's look at the pre-snap photo.
Because
when you talk, here it is, right here. You see a ton of guys at the line of scrimmage, Chris.
Right, 10 of guys at the line of scrimmage. Okay, you see there's the 3 receivers to the left. We got a tight end on the bottom right. They're trying to make it look like it's maybe like a quarters coverage, something like that, right? You're going to see the nickel player right above the top hash there. He's kind of looks like, I might be playing man, I might be blitzing. And what they're really going to do is he is going to blitz. And the safety on the near hash down here, Jaquan Brisker, I believe it is on this picture, at the 11-yard line to our closest hash, he is looking because he's going to go play man-to-man on the inside of those 3 receivers right there. And I believe the inside of the 3 is Bo Melton, all right? So, but with all this is really cool because Jordan Love sees it. He's going, wait, I see these 3 kind of in the back end all at the same level. That's an all-out blitz. Look, I don't give a crap what you're trying to do here. You're coming. So he gets and changes the protection. They get it all blocked up, and then they have a cool little route pattern or route combination behind it that this is where I love Green Bay because they don't just go for, we're going to scratch you. They go, we're going to stick the knife in you and kill you right here, right? And that's what's really cool. So we got it behind me now here, right? So I'm gonna roll back here and point some things out if any don't mind. All right, so let's go to the next one. Okay, we'll go through it. All right, so now you see, first off, they're bringing everybody. They're bringing 7. Okay, here's Jalen Johnson down here on the tight end who's blocking, so he's kind of just sitting there. But they're bringing 7, and and this is why, you got to be careful about blitzing Green Bay. They're not even close to him, and they don't get close to him. They got a body on a body. They got it all blocked up. They're ready to go. And then the coolest thing about this, and I haven't seen this kind of route combination with an all-out blitz before, they're going to put Bo Melton right here in the middle of the field because they know, again, the safety, this is Brisker, I believe, is going to come here and take him. And now you got here is Bayard one-on-one with the whole field to work with against the fastest wide receiver on their team in Watson.
And maybe one of the fastest in football right now.
Exactly right. He's up there. So within that now, we know, okay, this is going to come here, and Watson's going to come over the top of the defender, and Jordan Love's going to have all day. Let's show the next picture, Pete. And as you see the next picture, here it is, right? And I was wrong. It was Jaden Reed. But you could see safety closing down on him, boom, and now it's a foot race between Watson and Bayard. Watson's going to win this every time.
Look at the pocket.
And look at, that's what I'm saying.
That's
this
crazy.
is why you got to be careful about all-out blitzing Green Bay and Jordan Love, because they are schematically right. We know he's Mr. Chill in the pocket anyways.
Yep.
I mean, if there's a flaw in his game, you're like, hey, you're too chill sometimes on your back foot and all that. So next picture, boom, he lays it up. Look at him throwing on his back foot, which he didn't need to.
It looks like a dude perfect like trick shot.
I know, and he does this probably too much, but he's getting out of it a little bit as far as the bad mechanic of it. But he lays it out there perfectly, and you see Christian Watson, he's going to outrun the defender easily. Boom. He probably could have put it out in front of him even more, but touchdown, and that's what makes Green Bay dangerous, man, because Green Bay, when he's on point with these quick decisions, throwing the football that way, the way they're running it, you know, it's going to help them. And people are expecting Green Bay run the ball, deep shots down the field. And it's a part of the field where you felt like watching film over the last 4 or 5 weeks going, there's plays here to be had. They got to start calling some plays in this area of the field. And I feel like they've realized that, and they're starting to get to it.
So that was him against the blitz, a heavy blitz.
Yeah.
I mean, they were bringing everybody. But he also, against no pressure and no blitz, he was 8 of 11 for 126 with 2 touchdowns again. So I feel like this was a game, Chris, that the Bears they couldn't find the answer.
No, it's a little bit pick your poison.
Right.
They're getting a little bit in this, like the rhythm that I've talked about, you know, from 2 years ago again, where you just go, uh-oh. They got all the right answers. They're healthy. They schematically know how they want to do it and play it. And this is where the Bears were in a bind, because the Bears are like, wait, we don't want to blitz. We already tried to blitz them, and they blocked it up and threw a touchdown. Let's make it look like a blitz and then drop out and play coverage.
And that was the Bo Melton touchdown.
And that was the Bo Melton touchdown. And within that, you go, okay, damn, they don't blitz. And he's still got all day to throw the ball. Oh, crap, what do we do? And now we're running back, trying to figure out where guys are, because we disguise blitz and we draw back, and we have somebody that messes some stuff up a little bit.
Let's look at that
and
one.
Let's look it up. Let's check it out.
The first thing I noticed when I watched this pre-snap, I was like, it looks pretty similar to the blitz we just showed.
Right.
But on the second and third screenshot, it's not going to look anything like that.
It's not. They're going to try to get to a Tampa 2 coverage, basically, here when it's all said and done. So, yeah, here you go. You're seeing 7 guys at the line of scrimmage, but a little bit different of a secondary contour, right, than we saw before. So that's where it's just a little different. The corners are up a little bit more. The safeties seem a hair deeper, and this is perfect. So here, let's check this out. So what they're going to do here, before we say set hut, they are going, the Chicago Bears are going to play a Tampa 2 invert. You're going to see safety here, Bayard. He's going to be the Tampa 2 middle linebacker and go there. Jalen Johnson's going to go back to the Tampa 2 safety over here, and they're going to have guy in the flat. I believe he's going to come down to play linebacker, and he's going to go back to play deep safety. All right, so that's what we're going to get. Now, the route patterns we're going to get are like big. It's like a Kansas City, cross the field, post over the top, and then another even deep post after that. So let's go to the next picture, Pete. As we showed the next picture, you're going to see here, Jordan Love drops back. Okay, now, again, 4-man rush, and
nothing.
It's perfect pocket, okay? Wiles over here, he's just going to run whatever. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't. But you're seeing here as we get to it, Bayard's going into the middle to become the Tampa 2 backer, okay? I messed up over here. This safety stayed deep, right? So here we got weak side linebacker, Tampa 2 middle linebacker, Jalen Johnson supposed to be back safety. Here's your corner in the flat, all right? And now you're going to start to see these guys come across the field. Let's go to the next picture, Pete.
And this is a 2nd and 10, by the way. So, I mean, Chris, when you say Tampa 2, an inverted Tampa 2, aren't they trying to just say, like, okay, don't give it all
Don't give up the big play here. Don't give up the big play. Let's see if we can fool them maybe with our look and what we did at the line of scrimmage and make them throw a ball quick, and we rally and tackle the ball, and they only get 3 or 4 yards, right? That's what they're trying to do. So now you're starting to see the picture of the Tampa 2, right? Here he is, the middle linebacker who runs down the middle. Here's Jalen Johnson going back to safety position. Here we got the guy in the flat. So you're seeing the true picture. Now, It's crosser here and Bo Melton crossing deeper behind that. Jalen Johnson right now is not deep enough. They're screwed either way, so don't get me wrong. But you don't give up the touchdown. That's let him throw it right here then and rally and tackle, right? But he's going to stay here and watch Jaden Reed and never get deep enough, and now all of a sudden you have nobody for Bo down. So let's go to the picture one more time here. Next picture you're going to see what I mean now? So we're in Tampa 2. He should be back here on the 15-yard line like the safety on the other side of the field.
Especially this late into the right before the half. It's 45 seconds in the second quarter.
You're going, let's just make them kick a field goal and go into halftime.
Most.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's all you want to do here. That's why they're calling the defense. Maybe we could trick them with the protection and what we did with the blitz look early on, but we're really just going to play and hope they check it down, take clock off, and we keep them in a field goal. But Jalen Johnson gets too obsessed with Jaden Reed coming across the field and doesn't realize that there's somebody behind him. And he should be back here. And again, if he was back here, they're still going to hit Jaden Reed, but I doubt it'll be a touchdown. They'll be able to rally and tackle. Instead, as you see here, Jordan Love right now is launching the ball, and he's going, oh, my God, we got him. Jalen Johnson, the backside safety, is sitting flat-footed, and I got Bo Melton who can run pretty damn good, and I'm going to throw it. So next picture, Pete, throw it out there, and you're going to see, boom. He doesn't even lay it out there enough. Brisker almost makes the play.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's, again, you see Jalen Johnson, who's way too short. He's playing catch-up, boom, touchdown, and that's what was special about the Packers and what they got going on right now. I'm starting to really like what I see from the Packers here.
I think just as much as I'm impressed with the play there, I'm impressed with the you-know-whats to try that play in that spot.
The kahunas.
Like how many teams with 45 seconds left in the half would be like, all right, let's try to get a manageable field goal attempt here, and they're thinking 3-point shot all day.
This is where I love them. Like you've heard me say early in the year, they're old school. I feel like I'm watching a team from the late 80s or the early 90s where they're like, we're not into throwing for 70%. We like 56%, and then when we hit a pass, it's for like 30 yards. Right. That's what we're doing. Yeah, it's Dan Fouts back in the day, Elway back in the day. I mean, you'd laugh if you went and watched quarterbacks of that era. I'd watch games of my dad sometimes. He's 16 for 30 for 280, right? And he's playing Doug Williams, who's 10 for 33 for 333 yards, right? And you're going, damn, he's throwing 30-yard completions the whole game. I mean, balls are hitting the ground, but they're like, we're aggressive. Oh, they're kind of that way. But at times it's too much, and that's where that intermediate passing game, to have that to go along with it, is going to make them just an unstoppable monster on the offensive side of the ball.
I want to get to some of the chat here. Joey Davis said, hi, Chris and Connor. Do you think if the Bears had a stronger front four, they would have had better success with their coverages?
Yeah.
Is that an issue right now?
I mean, it's not a huge issue, but their front four is not killer, right? It's not killer. I think that's the biggest thing. And those are things that we heard them. I think they flirted with trades for pass rushers. I think they know they're one guy short maybe in their front seven. Grady Jarrett has his moments. We know Montez Sweat is real damn good, right? But is there another guy that you go, oh, he's a real disruptor, make something happen? No. As we know, really good defenses usually have two on the starting four, and then even a backup where you go, damn, he makes some plays too. And yeah, so they're a little light in that department for sure, and I think that's something they'll definitely address in the offseason.
D's Bits said, Chris Fuchs cooking as always.
Ah, thanks, man. Chris Fuchs. I love you.
That.
Invented that, I think, Chris Fuchs.
Pete kind of throws it in the chat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pete did too.
He likes a good Chris Fuchs take every now and then. I'm carrying the torch, though, hard. I want it to catch on. We'll have shirts in no time. Man, that is Packers are – we were bored with them. I felt like the first 2 months of the season because we're like, they're too good to be playing like this.
Exactly.
It kind of feels like everything's happening at the right time.
It does feel that way.
And then they have Micah Parsons on the other side of the ball where they can close games.
Definitely right. I mean, again, the defense played really good in the game. I mean, that was a special managing of the game by Ben Johnson without any really big plays in the pass game or anything to make it work and stay close the way they did and all that. That was phenomenal in Chicago's from their standpoint for sure. But yeah, Green Bay feels like they're rounding into something here right now. They definitely do. We knew the defense was damn good. And that hasn't changed. But now that the offense feels like, ooh, it's getting physical, the receivers are back, they're healthy, they all can play in the positions they want now. So now they can really formulate the plays the way they envisioned to at the start of the year. I think with all that, I'd go. And then Jordan Love's got a hot hand. Yeah, I'd say watch out for Green Bay right now.
Packers at Denver on Sunday. That's going to be one hell of a test.
No doubt about it. And the crazy-ass Denver Broncos who probably blitz too much. Right? And they'll do all this crazy stuff. You're going to go, oh, well, you better be careful
right,
this
you
one.
Get beat on that.
But at the same time, I'm about to go to Jordan Love. You better be careful, too, because Nick Benito's coming.
Yep.
And if you hold the ball and think you're going to sit there with the one hand and pat it and do all that, you're going to get strip sacked, too. So this is a great, what do you want to say, war of attrition here? Strength versus strength?
Yeah,
right?
it's the old iron sharpens iron.
It kind of feels like that. Who's going to bend first? I don't know. Iron doesn't bend, I guess. But.
We are going to take one last break, but we're staying with this game. Caleb Williams, what happened on the game-ending interception? We're going to look at some key fourth downs that swung other games this past weekend as well. We're not going anywhere. Stay with us right here.
Yeah, we had about 2 or 3 guys in front of, either stacking Swift or, excuse me, stacking Swift or right there with Swift. And so, rolled out and saw Cole and tried to give him a big boy ball, try and let him go up for it because I ended up seeing 25 starting to sprint. And so tried to slow him up and, kind of give him a chance in those moments. It's, got to have it moment. And they had a guy trailing me, and so didn't feel that I could go get it myself. And so just got to give Cole a better shot at it. I think, next time just extend him a little bit more and kind of lead him. But in those moments you want to put the ball in play and trust your guy or, try to have your guy go make a play and just got to give him a better ball.
That was Caleb Williams on the game-ending interception that sealed it for Green Bay. This is key plays of Week 14. We're going to come up with a real creative name for this, so weigh in the chat if you got one. Yeah. We're going to go through some of the biggest plays that swung games. We got to start there, Chris, because There's a lot of debate over this. Could he have run? Could he have made a better throw?
Right. It's an interesting play.
Let's start with that one right off the top. Is this a good play call?
Right. I do like the play call.
Yeah.
I do. Now, one, it's a play call a lot of teams do. And really, I can sit there on a Sunday in the viewing room and go, I've seen this play 10 times today, right? And doing that. But where a lot of teams do it, yes, but the Chicago Bears are the kings of dressing it up and making it look different and stressing you out at the last moment. I mean, the Bears are magicians at last-second motion, right? Blue 45, they send somebody in motion, set hot. So the defense at the last second is like, wait, and they're doing that when the ball's being snapped, right? And that gives your team an advantage. One guy's a little late or he takes the wrong step with the motion, all of that. That's where Ben Johnson is really damn good. I like the play call because of this. You give your quarterback, who's phenomenal against the run, phenomenal on the run outside the pocket. He's a phenomenal thrower on the run. We know he can run and get the first down that way. And he's very slick with the ball as far as sidearm, do whatever. So you gave him options. And also, yes, it's to the left, which, right, I know Devin McCourty said this, and I wasn't there, but like, he said this to Florio, I think, late on Sunday night. Like, yeah, if you're a defense on that moment right there, he goes, man, if that happened to us in New England coming to the left, we wouldn't have been prepared for it. Right? So you're expecting in a big moment them to throw the ball rolling right if they do it because the quarterback's more accurate running to his right as a righty than he is to the left, right? So there was an okey-doke altogether. And it was there to be had, and there's a lot of nuance, I think, to unpack here about this play that's going to be cool for everybody out there.
Well, we got the screenshots. Let's jump right into it. This is game on the line, end of the fourth quarter. Chicago's down a touchdown. It's 4th and 1 at the 14. And let's take a look pre-snap throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, let's check it out. So, this first off, I've had some people on social media go, is this the same play that the Bears threw on Black Friday for the touchdown to Cole Kmet at the end of the game to put the Eagles away? And I go, basically, it is the same play. It is. But they dress it up and do it a little different and add some nuance to it, all right? And within that, the results were there to be had for a touchdown just like it was in the Eagles football game, okay? So here we go. All right, so first thing is, you see, here we got DJ Moore down here at the bottom of the screen, all right? We got Cole Kmet. We got Zacchaeus. We got then Colston Loveland, all right? The Packers on this are trying to go safety on tight ends and corners on receiver. Keshawn Nixon right here, okay, right behind me. Sorry, I'm probably in the way. Let me move my chair a little bit. All right, he's on DJ Moore. They got up here other corner Valentine on Zacchaeus. We got safety Williams on Colston Loveland, and we have safety Xavier McKinney on Cole Kmet. All right, so now they're going to motion Colston Loveland at the top here across the screen. When they do that, okay, they're going to bump this. Williams, this safety, now is going to go, wait, I'll take Cole Kmet, and McKinney is going to cross the formation with Colston Loveland to stay on him so they can stay safety on tight end, wide receiver on corner.
Is that a man coverage indicator off the bat?
It definitely is.
Okay.
It's definitely a man indicator right off the bat. And of course, I understand that's a good play calling by them. Right. You don't want, small corner on tight end where he boxes you out, or safety, slow safety on receiver, and he gets open for an easy first down. So they're trying to have the proper matchup. All right, so let's show the motion, Pete. Let's do that. So you see the motion go. Okay, here's Colston Loveland. He's coming out right here. All right. Now, they're going to run. Caleb Williams is going to reverse out, and you're going to see it's going to be DeAndre in the flat, right? It's going to be Zacchaeus come down and block, all right? Block, secure the edge. Within that, Cole Kmet's going to go up and run a little corner route, all right? Within that corner route, okay, Zacchaeus is blocking this. DJ Moore is going to come and be the second guy in the flat behind DeAndre Swift. And then within blocking here, Zacchaeus is going to be the third guy in the flat after he blocks for probably a 3 count, and then he's told to release, okay? So I'm going to just stand up this whole one. This has got too many moving parts. All right, so now you see it. They run the fake. Okay, 2 things right off the bat. Do I believe watching it live that I think that Caleb Williams could have, if he just turned it on and ran from the start and went, I'm going to turn it on and go get the first down? Yeah, I think he still could have got it. It would have been close.
Right.
He was going to have to dive and do all of that, all right?
So he trusted the pass concept
He trusted the pass concept. There's another aspect here. I'm not sure he couldn't have just put it on him right away and gone, ooh, you can go get the first down, right? He might have got it, boom, got tackled, and got the first down, all right? So there's that. If he came out thinking, and one of my rules in the West Coast offense is when you come out of this play and you're clean, right? Nobody's in your face, you have time, you actually have the green light to look deep first. Within looking deep here, okay, the Packers are all messed up.
Right. They're hip to hip.
They've all messed up. The motion and the blocking and the play action has ruined everybody. Nobody is covering Cole Kmet, as you're going to see here. Because the safety, Williams, who was on him right here, he's going, oh, no, it's the guy in the flat. He's not my guy, but I'm going to go get him.
He bailed, yeah.
Right? So he bailed. Because Sean Nixon has DJ Moore. He's back here. He's way late to see it, all right? And Cole Kmet is going to go here to the corner. Now, all right, let's go to the next picture here. Next picture. Now, again, like I said, if you ask me, I think right now, if Caleb Williams said, go, gadget legs, I think he could have got the first down. Caleb Williams is pretty fast. He's probably 4'5", right?
He's faster than I ever thought watching him this year.
He can go. So I can, okay, maybe he can do that. If he came out with just the mindset of, I'm going to throw to him right away, he's got him. He's got him.
Right.
But as he is right now, right, he's kind of looking and trying to go, wait, should I throw to him? Which I understand him not throwing to this because he's probably a little bit like, man, I might throw it. He might get hit right as he catches it, and he might not get it. So I understand that. All right? All right, let's go to the next picture. And like I've said, they've messed this up now. Nobody's covering DJ Moore. Nobody's covering DJ Moore. Now he's going here, but it's a little late, as you could see.
Right, Nixon made up ground.
There. He's already, Nixon's fast.
Unbelievable play by Nixon.
Right, he's
to
fast.
pick that up.
And here's what I don't know. I don't know because there are times with these type of plays where he might have looked across the field. He might have had a signal like boom, boom, double fist means, hey, my guy might come behind the line of scrimmage. You take him, and then I might try to take your guy as he rolls out and do that. That might be happening. So I don't want to blame anybody as far as that goes here. But regardless, they've messed this up, right? Zacchaeus is not covered. DJ Moore is not covered. And we got 4 guys here running to DeAndre Swift. Right. And there's 2 of them at least are supposed to be in coverage.
I think they're also panicking that Caleb can get the corner.
I think so too. All of it happened. I think all of it happened. I think at first saw, wait, DeAndre Swift might have leverage on us. We need to go help out. And then they saw Caleb running and they go, we've seen Caleb run all game long.
Right.
We need to go run. And here within this moment, yeah, I think he's a little too late. Do I still think he could have ran and maybe got this? Yes, I do. Could he have maybe put it on the back and let him catch it and boom, he gets hit right as he catches it? Yeah, maybe. But with this point right here, now it's like, oh, there's not enough room to throw the ball he threw in Philadelphia where he could just drop it in and hit him on the run. This is like, uh-oh, you're going to have to throw it perfectly high in the back of the end zone or throw a ball with a little pace on it because he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And you'll see in the next picture, go ahead, next picture, he throws it up, and it's too short. It's at least 5 to 6 yards short. Right.
And really that's because he was probably just too late on the throw.
He's too late on the throw. Exactly right.
Like 2 screenshots back, Chris.
Yeah.
Where, as a quarterback, where are you coached to throw that ball? Or is it hard to know without because there's so many looks on this play?
Well, it's a little bit of, like I said, if you come out clean, you got the green light to throw it. You can just
like
go
back
right
pylon
away.
Or just anywhere in the end zone?
It's going to be, right in this area generally. But he's late to throw it. And then, like he said, I think you're as a quarterback, you go, wait, I don't want to throw it out of bounds. I know I got to throw it high. Yeah. So you're still trying to give your guy a chance. And within that, I think he babied the throw too much. Instead of the ball being like right here to where he can go up and get it, it's going to land at the 5 yards deep in the end zone is where it's going to land. Where he wanted it to land like 1 yard deep out of bounds, that's where my guy can catch it. Now, this is one. You want to go back one more picture? Let me just show this one more time because the DJ Moore aspect is interesting. Caleb Williams has arguably the most flexible arm in the sport, right? Him and Mahomes can do more of this crap than I've ever seen anybody ever. Yes, this is perfect, Pete. Way to go. Can he throw to him right here? He definitely can. But he's going to have to manage getting it around Egbinare's hands and him trying to knock it down. And, of course, he's running to an unnatural side, so it's going to have to be something real crazy, sidearm, whatever, right? But could he have pumped it and maybe still got it to him here?
Right.
Yes. I mean, right now, if he does that and even buys a little time, I think he's going to buy time to where he gets close enough to where I think he could have thrown him. And as you saw in the last picture, I mean, they've totally voided him, and he's going to run in for a touchdown if he could get him the ball. But I understand the thought. This is a nuance. This is a deep play. There was a lot of things here. And as a quarterback, you come out of that there, and first off, it's a running back. It's not a receiver. So you're not as confident just going, oh, if I put the ball on him, he'll turn upfield. You know, you want to do that. You see guys bearing down on the tailback in the flat, and you go, oh, I'm worried he's going to get hit right as he catches it and not get the first down. So he tries to go for it here, and I think it's one that he'll learn from and realize next time I need to come out and look at Cole Kmet quicker,
right,
or I need to tack the edge with my legs more aggressively and really stress them out, make them think I'm going to run for the first down, and then try to throw the ball.
I think if you're a Bears fan, what you feel good about watching that is your coach had an amazing play call with the game on the line.
Definitely.
And it's a young quarterback. It's going to happen.
Yep.
But the fact that he had really 4 options. You had the tight end.
Yeah.
You had the ability to run.
Yeah.
Swift, and Moore.
And DJ Moore. And even late, it's Zacchaeus.
Kind of Zacchaeus is in the mix.
It's crazy. It's
but
crazy.
Just
That's
the
where he's a
confusion
genius.
it created.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an amazing play by Nixon, though.
It really is. It's a great play by him. He had a little bit of a tough day, but that was a big moment for him. And, the Bears still need more out of their pass game, as we know. There's no doubt about that. But Ben Johnson, and that's where I go, if they scored, they're going to go for 2 and go for the win because he's going to go, I got another play for you. So watch out what I'm coming with here. Either way, Green Bay wins, and like we said, they were very impressive on Sunday.
All right, so the key plays continue.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Mr. 3rd and 4th down against the Bengals.
This just, again, it speaks to them where it's just like, come on. You know, the Bills and what they do and all of that. And I think we're going to show that tomorrow is what we're going to do. Are we going to go into it now, Pete, or what? All right. So either way, Josh Allen, this is not going to take long because there's nothing special about this play. This is Mr. Freak of Nature making a play as usual, all right?
On a 4th and 4.
On a 4th and 4, they're going to show double A gap blitz, right? You see you got 2 people there, all right? The Bengals are going to get pressure immediately with their defensive line to where you can see they're expecting blitz. They got their running back here right up in the gap. So they're whoever is the center blocks, he's going to take the other one of those A gap blitzers. All right. So within that here, where they're going to throw the ball, and go ahead, Pete, go to the next picture. You're going to see those. They drop out. The pocket gets collapsed pretty quickly. He doesn't really have anything here as far as anything you look at to be open. It's a pretty simple concept. I mean, they got receiver here who's going to spot up. Tight end's going to spot up over the middle, right? I can't even remember what the 2 guys at the top are going to do. But, again, he's going to feel the pressure from Murphy off the edge and all of that pretty quickly here. And we're seeing it's another Tampa 2 invert, right, where the deep safety is the middle linebacker. The corner is going back to safety. This corner is going back to safety. And go to the next picture, Pete. You know, we get to that, boom, and as you see here, he's already moving because the pocket is collapsed. Nobody's really open. He's moving. Again, you're not going to throw this right here with this guy standing here. It'd have to be the most perfect, unreal throw ever. And Josh Allen, again, steps up, avoids the guys who kind of push the pocket and collapse the pocket, the 2 defense ends and Murphy and Asai. And now he runs to the left, and this is where he's just dangerous because you'll get to the next picture. He runs to the left. You have to worry about him running. And you could see here now Gabe Davis at the top of the screen, right? The corner's lost him. The corner's worried about, I can't remember who this might be. I think this is Shakir. He's worried about him. He loses track of Gabe Davis. The guy that's playing safety is way too deep. Josh Allen's going to hit him on the sideline, first down. In the most got-to-have-it moment. 14-3, 4th and 4 in the second quarter, and you're basically at midfield, and you go, we have to get a first down here because they're going to score and we're going to lose if we don't get it here. We can't stop them. And that just speaks, again, to the pressure they put on Josh Allen. And really, every fourth down of the whole game's the same way.
And the play wasn't a good look. He just made it backyard football.
Exactly right. And that's where he's amazing. So he's got the ability, again, to go, wait, if I got the right play and the right thing, I'll sit in the pocket and I'll, surgically destroy you. Oh, no, this isn't the right play against this defense. I got to buy some time here and make something happen, and he's the master at making something happen right now.
We're going to continue this on tomorrow's show with the Chiefs' pivotal fourth down. Instead, we'll talk JSN. We got plenty, but that wraps up today.
All right, that's it for YouTube Live. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Appreciate the engagement, everybody. Really, keep sending in questions.
Awesome.
You know where to find us. Subscribe, rate, review. I'm more into, I'd want to break down stuff more than what the homies want to hear. So please, chime in. You're part of the pod, right? You got ownership. That's for sure. Connor, you the man as always.
Yep.
All right, everybody, check us out tomorrow, Wednesday. It's not YouTube Live, but we'll have a pod out. Thursday, I do it with Florio, the Picks Pod. You know where to find us. All right, everybody be good. Be safe out there. Peace out, homies. We'll see you next time on Chris Sims Unbuttoned.